Assalamu alaikum. My name is Dr. Hamda Sakib, and today we are going to discuss lecture number 7 of Behavioral Sciences. So, in the previous summary of the last lecture, models of doctor patient relationship were discussed, along with that, the psychological reactions that the patients or the doctor has, professionalism in healthcare, and professional character development. So, today we'll discuss about साइकोलॉजी इन मेडिकल प्रैक्टिस। और जैसा कि मैं आपको कहा था कि इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक्स यहाँ से शुरू होंगे, तो जो आज हम टॉपिक्स पढ़ेंगे वो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग होंगे और वो रिपीटेडली वाइवास में, मिड टर्म्स में, फाइनल्स में पूछे जाते हैं। सो यू शुड मेक योर कॉन्सेप्ट्स वेरी वेरी क्लियर about this lecture, and there will be, if there will be any queries, you can always ask me in mails or in the comment section. So, today's lecture outline is Principles of Psychology, which includes learning. And the principles of these psychology include the operant conditioning, classical conditioning, shaping and modeling, conditioning principles in real life, and use of learning theory against bad habits. So, the principles of psychology include learning, metacognition, memory, perception, thinking, emotions, motivation, intelligence, and personality. Each of these will be a separate lecture that we'll discuss on. Today's lecture will be on learning. Next lecture, inshallah, or forthcoming lectures will include the topics other than learning which are mentioned in this slide. So, what is learning? The process by which new behavior patterns are acquired, and it's a key process in the human behavior. It's relatively a permanent change in behavior, for better or for worse. Learning behavior depends on the principle of learning theory. So, what are the two theories of the principle of learning? These are operant conditioning and classical conditioning. The definition of both of them, the differences between these two, should be well understood in point of view for your quizzes, vivas, and final exams. So, operant conditioning, also called instrumental conditioning, established by whom? B.F. Skinner. When a behavior is not a part of a person's natural response, is learned by consequences in the form of reward or punishment, then it is known as operant conditioning. यहाँ पे बेटा आप दो कीवर्ड्स देख लो कि पहली बात कि ये पर्सन का नेचुरल रिस्पॉन्स नहीं होता, और दूसरी बात ये रिवॉर्ड या पनिशमेंट से आप सीखते हो। ऐसी कंडीशनिंग जिससे आप एक ऐसा बिहेवियर लर्न करते हो जो आपका नेचुरल रिस्पॉन्स नहीं होता, ऐसी जिसे कहते हैं बिहेवियर को लर्न करना, ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग में आता है। ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग एक्सप्लेन्स द लर्निंग ऑफ वॉलंटरी बिहेवियर सच एज मोटर एक्शंस। अब इसको हम एक एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे देखेंगे कि क्या मतलब ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग का, जो एक पर्सन का नेचुरल रिस्पॉन्स नहीं है बल्कि रिवॉर्ड और पनिशमेंट से आप सीखते हो। So, Skinner demonstrated operant conditioning by placing a rat in a box in which the pressing of a small bar produces food. Skinner showed that the rat eventually learns to press the bar regularly to obtain the food. मतलब कि वो रैट जितनी दफ़ा उसको दबाएगा लीवर को या बटन को, तो उस रैट ने समझ लिया कि मैंने इस लीवर को दबा के खाना हासिल करना है। एक नॉर्मल रैट would never push a button or push a lever, but he learned through operant conditioning that whenever I will push this button, I will obtain some food. So, pushing the button was not a natural response, but it was learned through reward. The definition of operant conditioning, which you have already learned, ये वाली, कि when a behavior is not a part of the person natural response, मतलब behavior क्या था? लीवर को पुल या पुश करना to obtain food. So, it's not a part of the person's natural response but is learned by consequences in the form of reward or punishment. Similarly, if, however, the rat pressed the lever and received an electric shock or nothing at all, so it stops pressing the lever, punishment or lack of reinforcement. मतलब कि एक ऐसा बिहेवियर रैट ने सीखा जिसके अंदर उसने उस बटन को नहीं प्रेस किया बिकॉज it will give him a punishment. So, operant conditioning is a kind of behavior which is learned in the form of a reward or punishment, and it's not a part of the person or animal's natural response. So, two keywords: not a part of the natural response and learned in the form of reward or punishment. So, a behavior will occur more frequently if given positive reinforcement and will decrease in frequency by negative reinforcement. We'll discuss what is a positive reinforcement and a negative reinforcement. The Skinner's box. Skinner's operant conditioning chamber, also called the Skinner's box, was designed to teach rats how to push a lever. This behavior is not natural to rats. So, operant conditioning with a positive or negative reinforcement were performed in order to teach the behavior. A positive reinforcement meaning कि एक ऐसा behavior जो कि बार बार होगा, ऐसे reinforcement को positive reinforcement करेंगे. Obviously जब rat बटन या लीवर को बार बार प्रेस करेगा तो उसको फूड मिलेगा. तो अगर एक दफ़ा उसको फूड मिल गया, ही विल बी मोर देन हैप्पी to press the lever again and again to obtain more food. So it's a positive reinforcement. He will push the lever again and again. But in negative reinforcement, the rat was able to turn off electric shocks produced by floor by pressing the lever. So अगर उसी लीवर को दबाने से उसको जो इलेक्ट्रिक शॉक्स मिल रहे थे, इफ़ द फ्लोर वॉज फुल ऑफ एन इलेक्ट्रोड, तो क्या होगा? ही विल he will do, he was able to turn off the electric shocks produced by the floor by pressing the lever. So you get it, the difference between a positive reinforcement and a negative reinforcement. Principles of reinforcement. Skinner work showed that operant conditioning works on the principle of reinforcement. And what is reinforcement? It refers to any event that increases the chance that a response will occur again or a behavior will be repeated. ऐसा कोई भी इवेंट जो कि इस चांस को बढ़ा दे कि कोई भी रिस्पॉन्स दोबारा होगा या एक बिहेवियर रिपीट होगा. सो तीन किस्मों के रीइंफोर्समेंट होते हैं. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट MCQ. हाउ मेनी टाइप्स ऑफ रीइंफोर्समेंट आर देयर? सो देयर आर 3 टाइप्स ऑफ रीइंफोर्समेंट. A positive reinforcement, a negative reinforcement, and number 3, punishment. And punishment also comes in reinforcement. So, what is a positive reinforcement? पॉजिटिव से बेटा आप ये याद रखो कि पॉजिटिव का मतलब है कि बिहेवियर बार बार होगा, ऐसा इवेंट जिसकी वजह से बिहेवियर बार बार अकर करेगा. When one receives a reward for a behavior which results in the behavior being reinforced and thus repeated, such a type of reinforcement is a positive reinforcement. This reward may be in the form of an attention, a praise, a success, or a material gain. And for example, a child who consistently gets a praise or hug for picking up toys after playing with them will learn to be neat and orderly. So, reward से क्या हुआ? डिज़ायर्ड बिहेवियर. डिज़ायर्ड बिहेवियर क्या था? कि वो अपनी चीज़ों को कलेक्ट करके रख दे. तो एक ऐसा बिहेवियर उसने बार बार रिपीट किया जिसकी वजह से ही वॉज एबल टू लर्न बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट कि उसको एक रिवॉर्ड मिल रहा था इन द फॉर्म ऑफ अ हग or in the form of few words of appreciation. So it is a type of a positive reinforcement which increases the behavior which is desired. So you see, it's a desired behavior which is increased in result of a reward. इसका फ़र्क बेटा आपने नेगेटिव reinforcement से याद रखना है. It is when desired behavior occurs when negative stimulus will be stopped. For example, मॉर्निंग अलार्म का नॉइज़ आया. आपका बिहेवियर क्या था? टू स्टॉप द बटन. एंड आफ्टर दैट व्हाट हैपन्स? अलार्म नॉइज स्टॉप्स. यहाँ से आपने बेटा कंफ्यूज नहीं होना. अब आप देखें बात. यू वर स्लीपिंग, यू वर इन अ बिहेवियर, बट योर डिज़ायर्ड बिहेवियर इज़ टू वेक अप. सो it is when desired behavior occurs when a negative stimulus will be stopped. तो एक नेगेटिव स्टिमुलस क्या था? एक अलार्म क्लॉक. अलार्म क्लॉक का क्या काम था? कि उसने आपको जगाया है, तो वो आपको परेशान करेगा ना अलार्म क्लॉक. आप सो रहे होते हो, बट योर डिज़ायर्ड बिहेवियर वॉज टू वेक अप ऑन टाइम. सो व्हेन अ नेगेटिव स्टिमुलस will be stopped and then you do a desired behavior, such a type of a negative reinforcement is comes under consideration of operant conditioning. So you see, it is when desired behavior occurs then negative stimulus will be stopped. So there was an alarm noise which was a negative stimulus, and then you stopped it, and then your desired behavior occurred, which was to wake up after the alarm noise. For example, it is commonly experienced that a person in the car behind you constantly presses the horn until you move your car out of the way. So, what is this type of a negative reinforcement showing you? The negative stimulus was continuously pressing the horn, which was very much disturbing to you. It was a negative stimulus for you. So what you did was, the person behind you was trying to move you out of the way. He was continuously pressing his horn. So when you moved out of the way, which was a desired behavior, so what happened? A negative reinforcement caused a desired behavior. So when you stopped the negative stimulus by moving out of the way, so you did a desired behavior by stopping the negative stimulus. Punishment. When a behavior is followed by a painful stimulus resulting in the behavior being stopped and not repeated. So, if a child put her finger into an electric socket and gets electrocuted, she is not likely to do this again. Delivery of aversive stimulus decreases unwanted behavior rapidly but not permanently. So, अगर किसी बच्चे को गलती से किसी स्विच में हाथ लग जाता है, तो वो पनिशमेंट के तौर पे ऑपरेंट कंडीशनिंग के थ्रू ये याद रखेगा कि मैंने इसमें दोबारा फिंगर नहीं डालनी, बिकॉज आई विल गेट इलेक्ट्रिक्यूटेड, दैट इज़ आई विल गेट पनिश्ड अगेन. सो दिस टाइप ऑफ एन अवर्सिव स्टिमुलस डिक्रीजेस द अनवांटेड बिहेवियर. ऐसा एवर्सिव या एवर्सिव का मतलब एक ऐसा स्टिमुलस जो कि बहुत आपको पेन पहुंचाए, ठीक है, अवर्ट करे आपको किसी चीज़ से, उससे आपका अनवांटेड बिहेवियर को डिक्रीज़ तो कर देता है लेकिन परमानेंट नहीं होता बिहेवियर. अब ये जो चौथी चीज़ है ना, एक्सटेंशन बेटा, एक्सटिंक्शन डज नॉट कम इन टू री इन्फोर्समेंट. यहाँ पर बहुत बच्चे गलती करते हैं कि एक्सटिंक्शन को री इन्फोर्समेंट का पार्ट समझ के कह देते हैं कि देयर आर 4 टाइप्स ऑफ री इन्फोर्समेंट. जब बेटा री इन्फोर्समेंट नहीं होती तब एक्सटिंक्शन होती है. सो बिहेवियर इज़ एलिमिनेटेड बाय नॉन री इन्फोर्समेंट. जब आप कुछ भी नहीं करोगे तो वो क्या होगी? एक्सटिंक्शन. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अ चाइल्ड स्टॉप्स hitting behavior when behavior is ignored by the mother. Extinction is more effective than punishment for long-term reduction in unwanted behavior. So, अगर एक माँ अगर अपने बच्चे को डांट देती है किसी भी काम करने से, बच्चा उस वक्त के लिए तो रुक जाएगा लेकिन दोबारा वो काम करेगा. तो रिसर्च से ये साबित हुआ है कि जब आप बच्चे को इग्नोर कर देते हो